Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror. I'm Flesh Wound Dan. That's producer Todd, Pugs Dread,
Namaste.
and Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So, tonight we are here to talk about the brand new movie Natty Knocks, Halloween themed horror movie. We're getting started early. And this, from the director of Halloween 4, comes a new screen classic, Natty Knocks, starring horror legends Bill Moseley, Danielle Harris, and Robert Englund. This small-town thriller introduces babysitter Britt Henderson, played by newcomer Charlotte Fountain Jardim. And on Halloween Eve, Britt and her kids have to survive the horror of serial killer Abner Honeywell, who is himself the traumatized son of B-movie horror legend Natty Knocks. All right, so Natty Knocks. This, of course, reunites Dwight H. Little and Danielle Harris from Halloween 4. That was kind of the selling point for this one. And and of course, Robert Englund. Of course, big selling point for a lot of people. It's not good. I'm sorry. This one's not very good. It's not all bad, but it's one of those situations where just because your horror heroes are in it, you shouldn't expect greatness. It's a good-looking movie. I will say that. Very good-looking film on what was, I'm sure, a very small budget. In terms of, a throwback kind of slasher, there's nothing stand out in terms of the kills. It also felt really neutered in terms of nudity. And again, it has those moments. That's the problem. You don't need the nudity necessarily, but when you have a character that's a hooker and you have all these moments where it feels like they want it there, but they can't put it there.
Don't set it up if you can't pay it off.
I agree 100%. You just, it's expected. And when you have the moments, but you don't deliver, that's a bad thing. Another issue that I had, a couple nitpicky kind of things. 1976, a little late in the game for a witch burning. I thought that was a little odd, but, maybe. The babysitter looks the exact same age. That was another, again, little thing I can overlook, but there's a lot of little things in this movie. Not all bad. I mean, hey, for some people, just seeing Bill Moseley do his thing, being creepy, that might be enough.
He looked cool.
Yeah, and they aren't cameos, at least, or except Robert Englund doesn't have a very big role. But Danielle Harris has a little bit of screen time. Bill Moseley has some good screen time. So at least it's not false advertisement. But, this is just one of those movies that I watch, and there's a lot worse out there. But it just reminds me of better movies from the period it's paying homage to that I'd rather be watching. It doesn't have a whole lot going for it. Little bit of mood here and there. Like I said, professional-looking film. At this point, I'd be perfectly content if Dwight H. Little did another Halloween movie. There's nowhere to go but up for me. So, hey, give him some money. Maybe he can pull off something better. But this is a very blah streaming movie. Don't get your hopes too high. What say you guys? Hot tag.
Take it, Kruger?
Yeah, I definitely agree with a lot of what Dan said.
You always do.
Yeah, no. But this being a slasher definitely needed some half slasher, half paranormal movie. This did need some kills, and it.
What the fuck?
Mugs is on strike.
Natty Knocks got him.
Yeah. So as far as kills and gore, really nothing here. Bill Moseley did a pretty good job at, just being creepy on screen as the killer, but I definitely needed more with, him actually murdering people or something. I thought the entity or ghost, whatever the fuck that was at the end, looked absolutely terrible. The CGI was just really, really bad. It looked like a Snapchat filter, basically. And I mean, as a whole, I'm not gonna say like I didn't enjoy seeing Bill Moseley and Robert Englund and Danielle Harris in a movie together. I definitely did, and anytime they were on screen, I was happy. But as far as story goes with the movie, it's not good at all. And I mean, this is a one and done. Nothing I would ever rewatch. But I will say, like, if you are fans of Robert Englund, Danielle Harris, and Bill Moseley, I mean, you get them all in one movie, so there's something to be said about that. And you know, that may be enough for some people, but wasn't enough for me.
Cut.
Yeah.
No, cut. We'll wait right there for plugs.
Okay. Well, that's good. 6 minutes.
I'm just gonna do this anyway. Not what I meant to hit. 6 minutes. We're just.
Frick.
Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, you're back. Hold on. We paused it.
Not with a good camera. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Doesn't look bad.
I'm not fixing it.
All right, let me just note the 6 minutes. Natty Knocks.
Fucking gayest.
6, 2, 7. All right, I'll just jump in then. Okay. Let me just pull my notes back up so I'd open a different one. Where the fuck are they now? Hold on. There it is. I'm going to do the gimmick, so. I'm going to agree with Dan and Kruger on this, although I still, like, Moseley is so watchable in this. Like, I recommend it to a couple people who just love Moseley, because I think him playing that character is going to give quite a few people a little bit of what they want. But I know, Dan, you brought up the 1776. It looked more like 1876. So I was like,
1976. Yeah, it's a little like, it's a little.
I'm going to put him over for this. They did something different to get rid of the phones instead of the usual. We'll make it. They just had one of them lose it, so it kept them out of communication. I mean, that's
couldn't pay the bill.
Well, yeah. So he lost the basically, yeah. But I thought that was something different that we don't normally do. It was a smart way to get rid of the phones. Although there is the one part that made me think of you, Dan. There's the part where they're dragging the body downstairs. It looked like Dan dragging his real doll downstairs after having shower sex with it. But what did you think, Pugs?
Well, I think I liked it here the most because I had zero problem with it. Do I see faults? Sure. But I like the Halloween time. I like spending time with these kids. I actually like them a lot. I wish they had a little more to do and there was a little more gore and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was inoffensive. I do think it will find an audience because, like, there's the Stranger Things people that are getting older and going to move on to harder things. This is a good transition. But there is a lot left on the table because it could have been better. But what I got was cool. I think it might. Not an annual watch, but I will definitely check this out again. I don't mind I would recommend this to people.
Yeah, it's funny. The two people I wouldn't recommend it to are the two right here with us. Because the kills is going to kill it for Kruger, and it's a little too. Yeah,
and I really enjoyed the opening. I like the nudity is not necessary in this, but like they were calling her a whore, but she wasn't really, it's letting it out there, and it wasn't that long for the nudity to be there. Also, choke me. Come on. You got to give him credit for that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a kinky movie without the sex, at times. Again, it wouldn't necessarily. It's like setting up a shower scene in a slasher movie and then cutting away. Like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Like, there's other ways to go about that. It's a big no-no when you're reminding somebody of something better.
Show us your tits is what they're trying to say.
I'm not gonna lie, I would like to see it. That would be a cherry on top of the sundae, but
it's not too late, Danielle. You can still do it.
We've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen those a couple times.
Well, we can see them again. Damn it.
Yeah,
Milk version.
there goes. Well, we're not getting.
I enjoyed Natty Knocks. I thought it was cool. I'm ready for more if they want to put more out there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I'm kind of not surprised with our outcome.
Yeah,
Short but sweet.
But I do agree, don't set it up if you're not going to deliver it. That's the thing. But it goes the same thing with the kills. They're setting them up, but they're not delivering them too.
Exactly.
So they're both getting dick teased, so they're both not enjoying it.
Maybe part of that is the low budget and them not wanting to overdo the CG. But like Kruger said, it's like you've got these Snapchat filter level effects anyway. So at that point, just do your best on the CG and give us some kills. I mean, it's a very bland movie, but not without some atmosphere, I guess. But shall we rate it?
Let's do it.
All right. I am a 1.5. I thought it was just meh.
I was tossed up between a 1.5 and the 2. I'm gonna give it the 2 just because at least we got to see Bill Moseley do his thing and he had something he could sink his teeth into. But that's me being very generous.
Could have just said because fuck Dan. That would have worked too.
Yeah.
I had a good time with it. I'm gonna go 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
I'm a 3.
I like the kids. Yeah.
So I mean, I had a good time with it. But I get the complaints, and I knew these two were gonna.
Here's how they should have ended it. Danielle Harris pretends to be stuck in the cushion, and then they push Bill Moseley out the window.
No, it's got to be the annoying kid because I liked him a lot. Dude, the I'm here. What are your other 2 wishes? That dude won me over immediately with that stupid line. if he caught Danielle in a dryer, I'd understand.
Yeah, it wasn't really an actor's.
It's like it's happening.
I keep trying to lose my virginity, but nobody ever gets stuck around me. All right, guys. So there you go, an early Halloween treat for you. Be sure to stay tuned. Slashtober is not far away, and it's going to be an interesting one, I think, this year. A lot of anger, lots of screaming, lots of rage. It's going to be an epic battle to the big conclusion. So
We've
don't
already
miss
had
the episode.
We've already had people quitting and doing whatever. So you don't know what's going to happen.
There you go. And on that note, patreon.com/Fleshwound Features all starts at just $1. And good night.
Good evening.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
All lives matter. I'll see you in Disneyland.